Loki, a devilish trickster. Loki uses whatever means necessary to give himself power and his little regard for what side of so-called justice he stands on. Welcome to Centurions Corner, and today we are reviewing from Marvel Legends and the retro line, Loki. Now this is another one that sort of stayed on the shelf for a little while, and at Forbidden Planet it was $15.99, so he's knocked down a little bit. So it's kind of like one of those ones that's just going to fall off the shelf at any given time, and I wish I'd got it, and it's been a peg warmer for ages. So I thought, why not bite the bullet and get him? It just looks very plain, and that's why I never went for it, but I guess that's how what Loki looks like, as we can see on the picture on the side here. He comes with his twin daggers. We've got Loki up here, and we can spin him around, and we have his bio, plus the picture that's at the front as well. So I guess without further ado, let's just crack this big bad boy open. Here he is in his blister pack, just looking pretty much exactly the same, with the extra head. I'm just going to pop him out, get our first impressions, and yeah, he's looking pretty cool, to be honest, on there. Just looking quite nice. I do like the sculpts on there, just like reminds me of old man Loki from the Loki series. But we'll go away, do what he can do for his poses, and we see you in a mo. Been away, we've taken his pictures, and what can I say about this figure straight from the outset? Well, I'm glad I picked him up. He was in the sale, and I knew that one day I would need the figure. If I didn't pick it up, I would literally kick myself, and I'm really glad I did, actually, because he's actually turned out a lot better than I kind of anticipated, which is weird really, because he looks really plain. There is a one little nitpick that I probably would change at the end of it, or probably a couple actually, but nonetheless, he is actually a pretty good figure, and I'm glad I got him, and I'm glad I waited for the sale, definitely. So he comes with sort of 3 accessories. He comes with 2, which are exactly the same, and an alternative head that he comes with here. So looking at these, it's just literally just a normal knife, a little bit bowed and warped because it's been sat on my desk, and unfortunately it has been hot in the UK, so obviously something that's been leaning against it, it has bowed it to the one side. It's got an engraved kind of little sort of marking on there, I'm not too sure what it says, and obviously on the hilt as well, we've got some nice detailing on there. Unfortunately, it has got nowhere to actually store these knives, so they will just have to vanish out of thin air for now. The other accessory obviously comes with is the alternative head, and it's very much exactly the same. It's just which one you prefer, with a kind of a frown or with a grin. Even the hair is swept in exactly the same way as well. The only thing that's slightly different about it is actually the horns. One is a lot bigger than the other, and I kind of prefer this face, but I prefer those horns, so it is a bit annoying in that way. I kind of wish that you had interchangeable face masks over on it as well, but the hair is exactly the same. It's just done in a long blonde ponytail, and this is one of the things I probably will change about it. My Loki, obviously I've never really read the comics with Loki and stuff in it. Maybe he has got blonde hair, but because of the movies, I kind of like him having black hair, and I think it'll break it up quite a lot as well, from the actual figure being all blonde. So I think I might paint that black, to be honest with you, at a later stage. So with that, we can actually go in through his articulation, and the articulation wise, he can go left, he can go right, he can look down this far, and he can look up this far, which is pretty cool. Arm wise, we got a full rotation all the way around, and it comes up to here. There's no butterfly joint in there, unfortunately, but he has got rotation at the upper bicep. He has a double elbow joint, which is pins, rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. At the diaphragm, he can crunch down this far and only crunch back this far. He has rotation at the waist, left and right. Leg wise, he can come forward, back, can open up this far, upper thigh rotation. He has a double knee as well. He has a boot cut and a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. So in all, he has got the sort of traditional Marvel Legends. I mean, this is probably just a buck that everyone's kind of sort of familiar with, but unfortunately I'm not too sure which one that was the original for this. Has got the peg on the back, and but it's just a plain Loki in a leotard in a way. So looking at it, like looking at the face sculpt on there, Really good, really nice little details, and the eyes are done really well as well. They don't look too over painted as well. And there's a bit of a closer up look on the other, looking quite nice. With the actual rest of the costume, it's just purely this sort of like matte green with this kind of scaling print over the top of it. We have got this little belt, and that is actually stuck in place as well. Yellow gloves, and then going down his legs to his yellow boots as well. And the same on the back, it's pretty much identical to the front. The other annoying part of it is this collar. They haven't actually glued it down, so it's just a thing that I'm going to have to do, is just put a couple bits of glue just underneath so it stays in place. I don't know why they just don't do it. It's very cheap and a bit nasty, and for my opinion, for come from a toy company that just has this to spin around and stuff like that, it's a bit annoying. So yeah, all in all, kind of a quick review. Glad I got him, to be honest. Another one on the shelf, and just thought I'd bring him to you just in case you're umming and ahhing and you might see him in the sale and you see this review pop up, then hopefully it might persuade you to go and get it, or give you an answer, say absolutely no, I do not want it. So thank you for joining me on this one. Don't forget, you can comment down below, you can subscribe, ding the bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.